Hello everyone, I'm Space Marine, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about expectations, what I personally think will happen in the future for Warhammer and new models. Yet again, these are not facts, these are not rumors, these are nothing, anything like that. These are just things that I think will happen. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'm only giving you one warning. Yet again, this is just speculations. So, about the Terminators. Well, the Terminators, they're cool. One of the first things that I expect Games Workshop to release is the melee versions of the new Terminators, which you'd kind of expect. There has been a lot of rumors about chaplains, which we already kind of have. I mean, I'll probably put a picture of it somewhere on the video. These are probably my model. These are my models, by the way. As you can see, the chaplain is a fair bit taller. Now, I have not seen the new Terminator models, so I don't know how tall they actually are. But as you can see, they're a fair bit taller next to the old Terminator, and even next to the Primaris Marines, they're also a little bit taller as well. So I think they're about the same size. So if you have these chaplains, if you have the new chaplain, then maybe you only kind of got a taste of how it's like to paint the new Terminators. The Space Marine Heroes, I think it was series 2 or 3, you also had the Blood Angels Terminators, and they were also a bit taller. But as you can see by this picture right here, they were a little bit smaller. They're about the same size as the Primaris, not taller. So I don't think that it's gonna be that same size. But yeah, that's kind of a cool thing if you have that chaplain. But I definitely think that they're gonna make the ones with the thunder hammers and the power claws and stuff. Another thing, what I hope they'll do is put the rocket launcher thing on what you can put on top. Yeah, as you can see on the sprues, I don't. Yeah, no, there's no like rocket launcher thing on this base. So I wonder what's it gonna be. Chapter specific models. I personally don't really have much hope for that. Like for example, the chapter specific Blood Angel Terminators. Maybe if they're gonna do a kind of a refresh on the Blood Angels. There have been some rumors about that, but yeah, I don't expect them to remake the Blood Angel Terminators or the Wolfen or the Space Wolf Terminators, any other things. I do think that they're gonna recreate characters, which would make sense. Any large character that has Terminator armor, I think may have a new model for them. At least I think they will, which will be interesting to see. And yeah, that's kind of it for the Terminators. Now on to the Termagants. I think that they're gonna make or remake all the other Gaunt forms, which won't make sense. I mean, why only remake this one and not the other one? I mean, it would be really cool to see the one with the talons remade as well, and maybe even what they're called, the gargoyles as well, the flying ones, because I'm pretty sure they're fairly old now as well. I mean, they basically are just Gaunts but with wings, so I mean, it would make sense if they do that. Maybe even a new version of the Gaunts, because just like in 9th edition, they bring out some new stuff, like remade models, but also a new version of certain type of things. Like for example, the Necrons, they had a new type of destroyer, for example. So I think that there may be a new version of a Gaunts, which we only kind of had with the other Gaunt things, you know, the little small ones. But yeah, that's what I personally think is gonna happen. Now on to these guys, the Leapers, or what they're called. Yeah, they have much in common with the Lictors. That's what I think they're gonna do as well as another character for the Tyranids, is a remake of the Lictor, because these guys are cool, but to actually have a Lictor, like a really large Lictor, would be really cool, so I'd expect them to do that as well. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think of these expectations. I think that it would be really cool if they were gonna do that. Another thing what I might expect is possibly upgrade sprues for these guys, because they're not really doing that much of chapter specific things, but because they do that in the Horus Heresy, then maybe we'll get some like cool Terminator upgrades for like Blood Angels or Space Wolves or Black Templar or whatever Legion you're collecting. I think that will be kind of nice to be able to personalize them a little bit more for your Legion, because these guys look cool already like this, but I'm gonna paint them for the Blood Angels and they don't really look super Blood Angel-y, you know. So I'm hoping that is something that they'll do as well. Now about some Horus Heresy stuff as well. You have this right here, which is basically kind of says some things about what's coming. And the Assault Squad, I'm pretty sure this is going to be these guys. And then the Dreadnought, I think, is going to be the Duridio, or whatever it's called, that thing right there. The big ones with the larger guns. And it's set somewhere right here. Oh yeah, Armor Mark update. I think that is going to be the Mark II, and I'll tell you why. There have been some people saying that it might be Mark IV or Mark V, but I think it's going to be Mark II, because when a couple months ago there were 2 Black Library miniatures that came out. There was an Imperial Fist and the Blood Angel one. The Blood Angel one was Sepfon, I do remember his name, because I have him as well, and he was a Mark VI Marine. And for those who have built that model, it's really similar to building the new Mark VI models. And the Imperial Fist guy is a Mark II, which I think that means that they're gonna make Mark II, because he was also larger than the rest of the models, meaning that he was only an upscaled version of it. So I personally think that it's gonna be Mark II, which I think would be very, very cool if they were to do that. Mark II, maybe Mark III, because they have it right here. I'm pretty sure that these are Mark III, but yet again, I think if they were Mark III, then they probably wouldn't do the 20 miniature set of the Mark III, so I personally think that it will be Mark II. And yeah, also these guys look pretty cool. I do think that they're gonna make more versions of the Mark VI as well, I think, such as these guys, which they look pretty cool. These are just a concept basically, so they're not actual like models yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see. They do look pretty sick though. And yeah, the Dreadnoughts, I think that they're gonna do the same thing with like the Contemptor and Leviathan, is that they're gonna have a standard one with all the stuff that you need, and then later they're gonna make upgrade sets so you can have a more personalized version of that Dreadnought, which I personally don't really like as that much, because, well, first of all, it's a resin, the whole model is plastic, then you only have the torso from resin, so that's kind of annoying. But also, it's only just the torso, you don't have the legs or anything. Like the forgeable ones, yes, they're a resin, but you had all the stuff like with like cool chapter iconography and stuff, and like little symbols, and a really more personalized version, like really fits in with that specific chapter. And when you just have the torso, it doesn't really give you that feeling. So yeah, hopefully they'll have something better for that, but I personally don't really have that much hope for them. It does look like a cool Dreadnought though. I definitely would like to pick one up if it goes into plastic, so yeah. Other than that, I don't have really much more to say. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I have no idea how long this video is going to be when editing, but if this is a bit shorter than normal, then sorry. But these are just my expectations. Yet again, expectations, no facts, no rumors or anything. So these are just what I think what's going to happen in the future. Let me know what you guys think of my opinion. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What do you think is going to happen? And you know, hopefully we can have a little chat in the comments, you know. Other than that, I don't really have much more to speak of. Thank you all for watching. I'm Space Marine. Peace.